from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, Lord.
Jesus told his disciples this parable. I ask you to listen really carefully to this one and check your gut reaction to it. The kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out at dawn to hire laborers for his vineyard. After agreeing with them for the usual daily wage, he sent them into his vineyard. Going out about 9 o'clock, the landowner saw others standing idle in the marketplace, and he said to them, "You too go into my vineyard, and I will give you what is just." So they went off. And he went out again around noon and around 3 o'clock and did likewise. Going out about 5 o'clock, the landowner found others standing around and said to them, "Why do you stand here idle all day?" They answered, "Because no one has hired us." And he said to them, "You too go to my vineyard." When it was evening, the owner of the vineyard said to his foreman, "Summon the laborers and give them their pay, beginning with the last and ending with the first." When those who had started about 5 o'clock came, each received the usual daily wage. So when the first came, they thought they would receive more, but each of them also got the usual wage. And on receiving it, they grumbled against the landowner, saying, "These last ones worked only 1 hour, and you have made them equal to us, who bore the day's burden and the heat." He said to one of them in reply, "My friend, I am not cheating you. Did you not agree with me for the usual daily wage? Take what is yours and go. What if I wish to give this last one the same as to you? Or am I not free to do as I wish with my own money? Are you envious because I am generous? Thus the last will be first, and the first will be last." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Good afternoon. You know, the parables of Jesus that we read week after week, some of them are very consoling, and some of them are shocking. You know, making us rethink our own conclusions and convictions. Today, it's shocking, especially to us, because we live in a merit-based society. It's all about that. You get only what you earn. If you work harder, you get paid more. There's no such thing as free lunch. You see? And, you know, are we talking about, this would all be true if we were talking about business or labor relations. Is this what our gospel is about? If it is, then we've got a real good case to take before a labor relations board. You know? But Jesus isn't talking about this. At the very beginning of the gospel, he said, "This is about the kingdom of heaven." That is very different. That's a different story entirely. Interesting, this parable is found only in Matthew's gospel. Matthew, remember, was directed towards a specific audience. He was writing for Jews, and for Jews who came to believe in Jesus and were converted to Christianity. That was his special audience. All right? Now let's remember those Jewish people, how faithful they were. You know, they waited for and prayed for their Messiah for hundreds and hundreds of years. Finally, when Jesus came, those Jews who saw that the Old Testament prophecies about the Messiah were fulfilled in him, they became the first Christians. Oh, but some Gentiles started to believe too. Are those former pagans, those latecomers, are they going to be seen as equal to us? That's not fair. That's not fair. We might feel that way sometimes ourselves. You know, for years we've tried to live a good principled life. You know, we worship regularly. We live trying according to the commandments as best as we can. And then we hear about the prodigals being welcomed. We hear about the shepherd who leaves the flock and goes out to find the stray. About a thief on the cross who is going to be with Jesus in paradise that very day. Perhaps we begin to wonder. I mean, all my good life that I'm trying to live and all my prayers and my good works, don't they count for something? Of course they do. Our whole life counts. All of our works and efforts count. But they do not earn heaven for us. Heaven is God's gift to us. It cannot be deserved. It cannot be earned. So really it isn't proper for us to complain about unfairness because some others that we may judge less worthy are also included. Heaven is God's gift to all of us who believe in Jesus. It is also a gift to everyone who has a good, sincere heart, no matter what their religious belief. But it can't be deserved. We simply cannot earn it. It is pure gift and not cheap gift. It cost us the life of Jesus. Heaven is not some exclusive club for a few people. Thank God. I'm glad about that. And you know, I really feel much more secure in trusting God's love than I do in trusting anything I can do.